Good afternoon. My name is Brian Clark. I'm the CEO of Ascent Technologies, and as he said, we are a Regtech firm. So in 2008, I stood on the trading floors in Chicago as a regulator, and I watched as $1 trillion in wealth got wiped out of the economy in about 5 minutes, an era that many of us probably consider underregulated. Fast forward 7 years, I was the chief compliance officer and general counsel of a brokerage fund. Watch what happens when you have overregulated industries. Both cases, I saw many of my friends and colleagues shut their doors due to these costs. In 2010, the US government said complying with federal regulations only is $1.9 trillion. Not sovereign, not state, not municipal, not county, just federal regulations. At my job as the chief compliance officer, this is a little bit what it looked like on the day-to-day. So chaos, right? You're understaffed, you're overworked, you're trying to keep up with the dynamic delta of regulatory change. The average broker has 12 regulatory bodies they have to comply with, let alone many of your global financial institutions have hundreds. The risks include personal liability, criminal action in some cases. You're reporting internally and externally to the regulators, and the changing nature of regulations creates gap risks, which is where many of the problems arise. And of course, the staffing costs have increased significantly over the last 10 years. That's why we built Ascent. Ascent helps firms build, manage, and automate their regulatory compliance backbone, saves time and money, and ultimately reduces your regulatory risk. So how does it work? We essentially channelize regulatory bodies into a stream of knowledge, a stream of intelligence that goes into our platform. SEC, CFTC, NFA, CME, ICE, NASDAQ, NICE, you name it. This information feeds into our front-end system and works in concert with your existing regulatory documentation. So your team can access this digital backbone in real time and automate much of the compliance process. We can do cool things on top of it, like automatically generate compliance manuals, workflows, and information. On the back end, we have a domain AI that's been developed in-house that's ingesting millions of data points across hundreds of thousands of documents, and that's increasing daily. It analyzes and transforms this information and builds it into a platform that helps you manage and keep updated your regulatory compliance program. The point is to maximize operational efficiency. So a couple examples. Helping eliminate regulatory risk, safeguarding against those massive fines for foot faults, so you can prove that there was no intention. Automatic regulatory change management. The system will implement those changes only that is applicable to you, and it's targeted to the firm. In a recent case study we did with a global banking institution based out of London, we took 1,800 hours of work on MiFID II and turned it into 2.5 minutes. And this can be applied for every regulatory body you have to comply with. And of course, a 49% efficiency increase per compliance officer. Ultimately, that's intended to give you peace of mind. We're here today looking for initial pilot programs and partners as we start to scale up our technology. We recently closed our A round and are looking for financial institutions to continue to grow with. Thank you.